you do as a child that you thought you had successfully hidden, but your parents knew all along? 1. In middle school, I borrowed a classmate's USB drive to watch some educational films on my dad's computer. Later that evening, my dad turned on the computer. I heard the clicks of the mouse and keyboard, followed by a cold laugh. He called me over and pointed at the playback history in the media player. I was speechless and ended up getting a good beating. 2. Once again, I borrowed a classmate's USB drive and watched more educational films on my dad's computer. This time, I made sure to clear the playback history. That evening, my dad turned on the computer. Click, click, click went the mouse and keyboard, followed by another cold laugh. He called me over and pointed at the recent documents in the start menu. Once again, I was speechless and got another beating. 3. I borrowed the same USB drive again to watch more educational films on my dad's computer. This time, I cleared both the playback history and the recent documents list. That evening, my dad turned on the computer. Click, 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 followed by the familiar cold laugh. He called me over and pointed at the empty playback history. I said, "Look, everything's empty. What did I do wrong?" He replied, "Yesterday, I left something in the playback history on purpose, and today it's gone. Why do you think that is?" Once again, I was speechless and got another beating. 4. I decided not to leave any traces on the computer this time and watched the educational films on a small website instead. That evening, my dad turned on the computer. Click, 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 followed by the cold laugh. He called me over and pointed at the browsing history. Once again, I was speechless and got another beating. Through my tear-filled eyes, I vaguely saw him write down the website somewhere, but I decided to pretend I didn't see that. 5. Determined not to leave any traces on the computer, I used a small website to watch the educational films again. That evening, my dad turned on the computer. Click, 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 followed by the cold laugh. He called me over and pointed at the cached files from a media player I had used. I was speechless and got another beating. As I grimaced in pain, one thought crossed my mind: how does my dad know about this media player's cache folder? I guess I was overthinking it. 6. One day, everything seemed calm. Suddenly, my dad coldly laughed and called me over. "Young man, explain to me why this happened. Give me a reason before I die in confusion." He pointed to a nearly empty box of tissues on my desk and said, "How does this whole box disappear in just a week? You better set some limits." Once again, I was speechless and got another beating. 7. My mom coldly laughed. Wait, what are you getting involved for?" She said, "This boy's underwear has been unusually clean for quite a while now. Give him a beating." Once again, I was speechless and obediently took the beating.